Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw tips and tricks. And I've been doing videos with triangles and five-sided, now I'm doing six-sided. Six-sided throws another wrench into it. And how I got there, that looks like a cube, and if you've watched enough of my videos, that's how you draw a cube. You draw a six-sided polygon, sexagon, take a two-point line, and go from these corners. And then really you only have to go up to this corner, and then take and delete basically the lines you can't see, and you've got a cube looking thing. So we've already got one. And I'm going to take, and so doing this, it throws another wrench into it. And so there's left click, right click, and we got an outline. So if we take a two-point line and just go from there to there, and then go from there to there, when we blend these lines, they're not going to reach all the way across because the distance is more. So we've got to extend this line. And it's almost hard to do, except for if you go well, we need to take the shape tool, grab that node right there, right click, grab that node, right click, and break apart, and then go to object and break the curve apart. We need to take this line and just nudge it over and make it longer. Let's make it 12 inches and then nudge it back. See, we have a much longer line. Now, we can rotate that. We don't even need this line. We could just nudge it up to where it was, Control D, and rotate it, move the center rotation of that, and rotate it 120 degrees. Now we have the two lines that we can blend. We can actually get rid of that box. So we need to look at these to see, make sure they're going the right direction. That one's going out, and that one's going out. If you don't, that was too fast. The arrows are going outward. So, and we also have two good lines. So now we can select both these lines, go up to effects and blend them 15 times. And now you can kind of see what I'm going to do. Because if we didn't do that, our lines still aren't long enough. Wow, you would think that would be plenty. So let's just back up here. Get where we have just one line. Let's make this line 20 inches long. Get rid of this line. I think because the blend has something to do with that, making it that curvature. We'll rotate it 120 degrees. Surely that'll be enough now. And then move it over. Sometimes you have to, when you have a blend, you have to click off of it, click back. So now our lines are plenty long. And we can take our Smart Fill tool. Now this animal is a little bit different because some of the blends are thicker. And then change your Smart Fill tool color up to black. And I think we're going such a far distance with our, now if you grab just the colors and not the entire block, you can move just the colors over. But we're going to take that blend and move it out of the way. We're going to take this one and put it back. First of all, we're going to group it together. Control G, nudge it over, and everything's going to be 120 degree rotation. So we're going to Control D and make a duplicate and put it in that center, rotate the duplicate 120 degrees. And if you see what I mean by, now we got some thin ones and thick ones, which is kind of cool in itself. So I'm going to right click, no outline. But on this one, we're going to do a little different. We're going to, with our ratio lock, we're going to make it 10 inches. We're going to set our nudge factor for 10. We're going to Control D, and this way we can just nudge them over. Let me get this out of the way. And you can just keep, I must not have grouped it all, which probably would help. Let's delete all this. Let's group this together. Control G, Control D, Control D, Control D. And you've got that many made. But see what's happening is now we have, well, we do have thick and thin lines together. It's just, I think at one point, if we Control G with these, and then Control D, and we take this and have it snap to there, yeah, it's working because the thin lines are still there. So I'm going to move this guy out of the way one more time. He's so close to the top that I can't get without getting an indexing line. So then once you have two sets, Control D, just grab that corner and put it, and it should snap to right there. So I mean, if that's not hard on your eyes, I don't know what is going on with your eyes. But anyway, you could just keep going with this. You know, you could Control D that, grab that peak and put that peak at that. Sometimes it's easier to back up, look at it again. I mean, you could make this thing huge. Going up and down is a little bit easier. I mean, look at that. In just a few seconds, you could make that pattern go on forever. And then, like always, if you wanted to Control G to group that together, I didn't get it all. Control G to group it together. You could put it into any shape. Let's just use a six-sided polygon. And as long as you can see that red line on top of the other, it's going to intersect. So now you have polygons six-sided inside of a six-sided. And I did it pretty evenly. You could split it right down the middle and, you know, been more careful, you know, getting that joint perfectly. A little bit different twist to it. I hope that helped. Thank you for watching.